Hello, beautiful beings of light. I hope you all are well. Welcome to this channeled quantum tarot reading. I thought it would be fun to do another pick a frequency reading. I found this box of quotes, these amazing quotes in them, and I promised you guys a reading in my last channeled message, so if you haven't listened to that, I would suggest that you do so. It's a very important channeled message that I received from my team in spirit, including the Tarot group. The Tarot group is really helping me understand time, space, and space-time, and the quantum aspects of our human journey and our soul's journey, all of the aspects of our fractal selves and how that all works together through the great tapestry, and how tethering works and how we can cord into our highest and best timelines. And right now, the work that we've entered into in this Taurus season is building a frequency and learning to experience the journey while still being in the illusion of time, but understanding that time is an illusion, and understanding that we are our energetic frequency. And so right now, with these new fourth dimensional templates, what we're really trying to do is see ourselves as energetic beings and, build a frequency over, this idea of us, being these physical beings and avatars living out, linear consecutive time. We can see ourselves more as these energetic beings that are building frequencies that then align us to the highest and best frequency in any given now moment, understanding that we are outside of time as it's been programmed into us. So what I wanted to do with that concept, that building a frequency, is I pulled 4 quotes, and I will put a thumbnail when I upload this, and just take a moment to see which quote resonates with you, because that quote is going to be the frequency that you're tapping into, the energy that you're tapping into in this now moment, and the energetic cords and tethers that are really illuminated for you given your individual blueprint. So the first tile that I pulled is leap and the net will appear. Leap and the net will appear. I was only planning on pulling 3 tiles, but 4 jumped out, and you guys know that I honor that. If Spirit wants there to be 4 groups, then there are going to be 4 groups. So this is going to be group number 1, and this is the group that I'll be starting with. But just to give you guys an idea so you know which quote resonates with you. This is going to be frequency number 2. It says, with freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy? And that's by Oscar Wilde. And then frequency number 3 says, you have to believe in yourself. That's the secret. And that's by Charlie Chaplin. You have to believe in yourself. That's the secret. And then last but certainly not least, and I've been, playing around with the energies and these cards, and I pulled this before for myself, and, it's it definitely resonates with me. It says, there is no use trying, said Alice. One can't believe in possible things. I dare say you haven't had much practice, said the Queen. When I was your age, I always did it for half an hour a day. Why, sometimes I believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. and that's Lewis Carroll. So sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. I just love that. I love Alice in Wonderland, the book, and there's so many little nuggets in there. Okay, so I'm going to move these to the side. I will timestamp these so you guys can skip to the pile that resonates with you. Unless you're keen on listening to all of them, then absolutely be my guest. I'd love for you to join me in these readings. I have laid out here this spread that we've done before. I thought it was so awesome when we're talking about energy and frequency, you know, to kind of create, you know, a container around this. So we're going to start with the past energy that you've been in, the present energy, which the past and the present are kind of one and the same. This just gives me a little bit of clarification. What is hidden, the obstacle, the helpers, the action you can take, and then ultimately the potential outcome. So the potential outcome is going to be leap and the net will appear. And I've already pulled your tether. And what are you leaping into? You're leaping into willingness. You're leaping into willingness. So these are kind of your outcome cards right here, which is really exciting. You know, right away, before I even pull anything, you know, you have to be willing. You have to be willing to leap. You know, you have to have that willingness. All right, so let's start with some traditional tarot. Just going to clear out my deck. Now, I've already created the container around this. So if you, I always link it in the description box below. If you would like to go ahead and read the invocation that I do with all of these readings, essentially it just means that this is more than just a standard tarot reading. We're setting the intention as a group, as a coalition of the crystalline heart. We're imagining for others and for ourselves, and we are intending that this reading will help us transform, neutralize, and alchemize any lower vibrational cords and tethers, and help buoy us into the higher vibrational cords and tethers that we are cording into. Okay, so the first thing we're going to find out is what guidance can you give us on cording into the frequency of willingness? Cording into the frequency of willingness. One more. Spirit, what's a past frequency that group number 1 has been in? What's a past frequency? What's a present energy? What's a present energy? What energy is hidden? What energy is hidden? What don't we see? What obstacle do we face? What are our helpers? What energy is here to help us? What action can we take? What's our potential outcome should the advice be followed? Okay. Okay, so Spirit is very chatty today. We've got a lot of cards here on the table. I will run through them. This is our outcome here. We have the King of Wands. Okay, and he is the outcome to leap, and the net will appear, and willingness. We've got our past energy as the Four of Wands and strength. So really beautiful energy here. Really balanced energy for our past energy. And our present energy, we have the Knight of Pentacles and Judgment. For our hidden energy, Two of Swords and the King of Pentacles. Our obstacle is going to be the Three of Swords. Our helpers, another three, Trinity here. Three of Cups. And we have the, I want to say this is the Knight of Wands. The page. To double check that in this deck. And then the action, we have the King of Cups. Five of Wands is action / outcome. They had me place this in the action. It's another 5. I know we've had 3s. Oh, I see. We're bringing this to completion. And then our outcome, again, is the King of Wands. Okay, so let me tap into the energy. Okay, so if we look at the past energies and the present energies, which are really one and the same, the past bringing us to the present moment. We start off here with the Four of Wands and the Strength card. So in the past, you were really working on building your foundations, and kind of, getting into balance with both sides of your nature. Okay, the Strength card, symbolizing someone that is balanced in their dualistic nature, and they're owning all of themselves. They're owning all of their fractal selves, and they're in balance and harmony, which we can also see symbolized here by the Four of Wands. So you're really looking steady and stable in your past energy. Really beautiful energy to be in, feeling balanced, maybe even feeling like, you can take a little bit of a well-deserved break. And you know where you're heading. And into the present, where it's taken you into is, again, the Knight of Pentacles. Someone that is, working diligently on their endeavors. Sometimes this denotes that it may feel a little mundane and boring. Just kind of like the status quo, but still you're plotting ahead, you're moving forward. But it's also left you, from this energy, moved you into a space of judgment. Now, judgment talks about being judged either on our merits or on the things that, we need to work on. And what I can see here from this is that although this energy is balanced and harmonious and happy and moving in the right direction, there's something that was hidden. Something we weren't willing to look at. We wanted to be keeping the status quo, right? We wanted to keep the status quo. And, you can even see here where one of these swords is facing this direction, and the other sword is facing this direction. Let's see if I can... So there was something keeping us from moving into this energy from the Knight to the King. Okay? But this wasn't really an overt energy. This is kind of something hidden under the surface, symbolized here by the tethers of the moon. So this could have been brought about by that Scorpio full moon energy that we were in, where it was bringing everything up to the surface. And this brought up something to the surface that really kind of, caused a lot of discord. And, really kind of left you feeling in this, kind of broken-hearted energy, this mental energy, because it's really kind of blocking you, right? This energy is hidden over here, but it's still available to us. It really kind of blocked your progress from moving from the Knight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles. Okay? You were moving in this direction, and you are moving in this direction, okay? You're moving in the direction where, you're just kind of plodding along, you're taking care of business, you're running day-to-day life. Things may seem mundane or ordinary, but you know where you're headed. You know where you're taking this, and you know that you're building a stable foundation. You're building you know, a legacy. You're building a kingdom. You're building this abundance, and this, you're pulling down this abundance into the material realm here, symbolized, you know, with the pentacles. So although this energy is hidden, it's still there for you. It's still there for you. But something was brought up that made you feel forced into a decision. It made you, you know, it made you look at things that maybe previously you weren't wanting to look at, you didn't want to see, because you were, you know, plodding along in this really wonderful energy, and it kind of felt like the obstacle that it's presenting itself as. You know, sometimes, you know, this card is used a lot in relationship to a broken heart. But it also can denote, you know, illness, you know, or, you know, maybe challenges in the physical body. Or maybe it was, you know, a belief system that was running in the subconscious, you know, running in the background. Something from the past that was still causing a lot of feelings. You know, I'm hearing, for many of you, this may be childhood wounds that were brought up to the surface. And really, the energy that's available to you, because this is our helper energy, right? This is our helper energy, is the Three of Cups. Now, where the Three of Swords denotes, you know, feeling brokenhearted, feeling sad, being stuck in this mental energy, you know, or feeling ill, the Three of Cups denotes overcoming an illness. So this energy is available to us. We just have to be willing to tap into it. And that's where our willingness comes from over here. Because, you know, you also have this Page of Wands energy. You know, this really light-hearted energy, this witty, light-hearted, creative energy is stepping in. These are our helpers. Okay, this is our helper energy. This is celebration. This is, you know, community. This is tapping into our creativity, into our lightheartedness. This energy is available. It's our helper energy. And we have to have a willingness to step into that. But I can see here that we're moving from the Three of Hearts to the Three of Cups. Now, sometimes when you see these two cards together in spreads, you know, it'll talk about, you know, there may have been a third party in a romantic relationship that came in, you know, as a catalyst that caused judgment. So for some of you, that could be the case. But seeing as how in this particular reading, the energy I'm tapping into as the Three of Swords being our obstacle and the Three of Cups being our helper, I don't see that. Unless it is pertaining to family situations where we may be, you know, in discord with, you know, certain members in our familial group. And instead of looking at this as a loss, instead of sitting in this energy of this brokenhearted energy, we really have the ability to move into a space of celebration. And I know this because we also have, as the action, the King of Cups and the Five of Wands, okay? And really, for me, this is talking about having the willingness to tap into our emotions and compromise, okay? And that's where our willingness, you know, sometimes we have to imagine a positive outcome and live in the end, and be willing to see the best in others, and be willing to believe that, you know, there are good things out there just waiting, that the world is taking care of us, that we need to leap and the net will appear. And for our outcome, we have this King of Wands. You know, we've moved from the page. If we're willing to tap into this energy, then we can move into the page to the King, who's really, you know, all about believing in the self and taking innovative, creative action and really stepping into our power, you know, really stepping into our power, but not in a detached, unemotional way. Okay, this King is, you know, he's in his power. He's, you know, has seeds that have been planted. There's new ideas. There's a lot of abundance. And we see this lion here, again, signifying this strength, which is the energy that we began with. So for me, you know, I really feel that there's a choice that's come up, and we are going to be judged accordingly. We can choose to move back into the past. We can choose to stay in this lower vibrational energy of illness and heartbreak and sadness. And, you know, to me, like, he's imagining it, he's envisioning it. It's, you know, taking center stage over the alternative space. And he's just lying there. I mean, he's not even seeking any medical attention if he's, like, covering his eye. He's just lying there in it, you know? He's like, I am feeling crap, I'm brokenhearted, everything's gone wrong for me, and I'm just going to lie here in this energy. And we have free will. We can choose to do that. Or we can have a willingness to see that this might be available to us. Community. And maybe it's just a matter of focusing for a while on community. On, you know, the lighthearted aspects of life, of nature, of abundance. You know, it's that willingness. What I'm hearing is this willingness to see the cup as half full and not half empty. Because really, it's only our mental energy and the judgment we're placing upon ourselves. This mental energy, this is what's hidden. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. This is all about perspective. Yeah, this is all about perspective. This is mental torture, mental energy from the past. These are old, outdated cords and tethers running here. And it's really, you know, blocking us from moving to this next phase. Because the reality of the situation is that you've built solid foundations. You've already overcome this. This is your energy. This is you. You've already overcome this. You're already moving in the right direction. You know? This is the energy that's available to you. You just have to be willing to leap. You have to be willing to let go. That is one of the lessons, you know, have been brought up for me in this new energy that's come forth, is this willingness to just let go. Okay, let's get some other clarifiers. Before I get these clarifiers, my team's just given me this message that for some of you, this is actually about self-judgment. It's these programs from the past, these not good enough, not enough, I haven't done enough, I am just, you know, I'm doing the day-to-day thing, you know, I'm here, and I should be here, and it's not enough, I'm not enough, and we're really breaking our own hearts. Pressure, this pressure we're putting on ourselves. When in reality, you know, that is just the programs running. Because this is a beautiful energy. This is enough. This is abundance. This is balancing, you know, all the different aspects of our fractal self and coming into harmony with that. And that's enough. You know, sometimes we put way too much emphasis, you know, on this material realm, when we are energetic beings doing energetic work, and it's all about our frequency. The frequency is what brings about the you know, the net. We just have to be willing to leap and see ourselves as these amazing, you know, energetic beings of light. Okay, so I'm going to get some clarification from the oracle cards. Okay, what's taken us into this hidden energy? Let's some clarification on the Two of Swords and the Two of Hearts. Clarification on our obstacle. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, so the card I pulled is a higher view. So sometimes we can get so caught up in the day-to-day, the arguing, the bickering, the, you know, things that appear as obstacles and problems, the dynamics within a family unit, within a relationship, that we forget to pull back and look at things from a higher perspective. And that's what's being asked of us now. You know, really, for the most part, people are doing their best. You know, they're doing their best. And we can get really critical of ourselves and of others. And that can really pull us down into the lower bandwidth of our frequency. If you listen to my message, you know, right now we're building a frequency. This whole message is about building a frequency. And you are building this frequency of willingness. You know, and I think where this is going is really having the willingness to see yourself and others from a higher perspective. Because if you can do that, you can stay in these energies of happy, harmonious home, of celebration, of, you know, really light-hearted, witty, fun energy. You know, really creative energy. But in order to do that, you know, you have to be willing to tap into your emotions, to get into your heart space. You know, this is not someone in a unified heart and mind. Their mind is betraying them because they're running these programs of the past, and they're running from a space of the world is out to get me. Compromise and taking a step back and viewing things from a higher perspective. And seeing where can you lighten up? Where can you have some fun? Because this is going to lead you into a really creative space. This is a really creative, innovative, they're showing me like an ability to work through things and be present and innovate and create something new and, you know, artistic and really in your power type of energy. So let's look at the action. We know it's, you know, compromise, be willing to compromise. And again, it's taking the higher road. You know, we could look at this from the lower perspective, or we can look at this from the higher perspective. And we want to look at this from a higher perspective, from a unified heart and mind, from a willingness to look at everyone in your reality. And how would your higher self view that? You know, sometimes I pull back and I do that, you know, tap into my higher self and ask, how would my higher self handle this situation? How would my higher self view this? How does my higher self look at the others and even myself? Someone here is not giving themselves enough credit. I'm just really getting that feeling. So let's look at this from a more spiritual perspective on what action can we take. What action can we take to step into willingness and take a leap of faith? What action can we take? Okay, we got 3 cards here. Okay, so the first one we have is soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. You know, and that, again, is what I was really getting with this. Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, the original light workers. Yes, pillar of light, your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. And I really see that, you know, as the outcome card here. You know, this willingness to leap, to see the best in yourself and others, to really receive that information, you know, from your higher self, to take a step back, you know, and look at things in a higher view. Because if you can do that, you can really own this energy. Overcome this energy, this fear, this stuckness. Yeah, it's like for someone out there, it's been this feeling of, you know, somehow just not being able to overcome this feeling of not enough. When the reality is you are amazing. You've been doing the work. I mean, you've been really working on bringing your dualistic nature into balance. And I think you're just, you know, maybe you're still not feeling accepted by, you know, others in your reality. You know, maybe by family, or, you know, maybe it is your partner. Maybe you've, you know, started this journey of awakening and it hasn't been received well for some of you. But there are people out there that that will understand you. You know, there's other light workers. You know, you're tapping into that here in this community. And, you know, I think for some of you, you just need to align yourself with your soul family. Spend a little bit more time with the people that do get you, you know, and help yourself, you know, really tap into this energy of this beautiful, amazing, brilliant being of light that you are. You have so much going for you. You know, and sometimes it's just necessary to step out of the conflict and the drama. You know, we can't solve the problem from the energy of the problem. So sometimes we do just need to turn away from it for a while and just tap into the things that feel good. Because there's a lot waiting there for you. This is the action you need to take. This is the action you need to take. Okay, let's get a message from the universe. What do I need to hear right now? Exactly. I love spirit. It says, give yourself much more credit. Give yourself much more credit. A stranger than strange preponderance to ponder. Those in great relationships aren't always those who are good at relationships. And those in challenging relationships aren't always those who are bad at relationships. Oh, see, wow. Even though I used preponderance ineptly, this one is really good. Please ponder the universe. So yes, I think that is a great place to end it. You know, you need to give yourself and others much more credit. Even if things did turn out badly, even if things, you know, didn't go in the direction you were hoping, or something fell apart, you know, I really feel that you're not giving yourself enough credit. Take a chance. You know, be willing to believe that things could turn out all right for you. Because I see this here. There's a lesson in this. And the lesson really is to give yourself a little bit more credit. to see yourself as a beautiful being of light that I see here in this energy, and that your team sees. You have so many unique talents and abilities. And if you just tap into that, you know, tap into your tribe, tap into the lightheartedness of it. Just let go of this mental energy where you're just beating up on yourself. You did the best you could in any given now moment. And it's just like I said in that energy report. You know, each day is this expansion and contraction, and this ability to reset. And these beautiful energies are still here waiting for you. It's just the willingness to tap into them. The willingness to leap. Love, light, and blessings to all of you. I'm sending you all big, 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 big love. Bye. Hello, frequency number 2. Hello. Okay, so if you picked with freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy, by Oscar Wilde, this is your pile. What a beautiful quote. So this is this energy that you're tapping into. You know, if you haven't watched my energy report and you'd like some more advice and information on building a frequency, which is where we're at in our new 4th dimensional template right now, I would suggest that you go back and watch that. But right now, what we're really doing is we're stepping out of time as we've known it, time as consecutive, time as linear, and we're beginning to view ourselves as energetic frequency. And understanding that it's not so much time lines that we're on, it's bandwidth and frequency. And our dominant resonant frequency, our aggregate dominant resonant frequency, is what's bringing us to any given now moment. And this is the frequency that you're building right now. And it really, to me, you know, what I'm getting off of this, just to start with this, is this energy of, you know, tapping into nature, getting back into your own energy, freeing yourself of this idea of linear time, of consecutive time, and, you know, getting out under the stars and tapping into that childlike wonder and curiosity. And that's what's really going to, you know, help you build this frequency of happiness. So let's pull a cord and tether and see more specifically what frequency is number 2. The Oscar Wilde quote. What frequency are they tapping into right now? Neutrality. Neutrality. Okay. So, being able to view things as neither good nor bad, right nor wrong, to be able to see anything in your reality through the lens of the observer, you know, shedding that automaton within and getting back into your own energy to be able to do that is a wonderful frequency to be building. I mean, neutrality is really more, you know, 5th dimensional consciousness, you know, because in 4th dimensional consciousness, we still see duality. So this is a very highly evolved frequency that's chosen this group here. So what we're going to do is, you know, from a frequency perspective, we're going to do this 7-card spread that we did before, because I think it works great for frequency and energy. You know, we're viewing ourselves as energetic beings. And so we're going to see what energy were we in the past, the present, what energy is hidden under the surface, what is the obstacle, what is the helper energy that's available to us on our bandwidth, that maybe, you know, we're not aware of, and what action can we take, and then ultimately what is the outcome. This is our outcome but we're just going to get some clarifiers on this. You know, we're building this frequency of neutrality, and with the, you know, just being grateful for what already is, you know, and our own energy, our own frequency. So let's see what Spirit has to say. I'm clearing out these decks. I've cleared out this space, and I have already created the container. It's listed in the description box below if you guys want to go ahead and aid and assist me in creating a container for these readings, that they not just be a reading, but that we help imagine for everyone that's viewing it, including ourselves, the highest and best outcome, that we are able to transmute any lower vibrational cords and tethers that, you know, may come through here, and really alchemize this into a space of neutrality and higher. Okay, so for frequency number 2, what is the past energy that they were in? Past energy. Okay. The Tower, which is very, very indicative of this scorpionic energy that we just, you know, was a doozy with this last full moon. What's the present energy? Present energy. The Lovers. What energy is hidden? What is hidden? Eight of Wands. What is the obstacle? Very in-depth reading in the first reading, and these cards came out in a different order. But man, I shuffled these like crazy and cleared the deck, and these same two energies were what was hidden in the first frequency, and now they're the obstacle in this reading. So there might be more messages in the first for you there, if you were, you know, going back and forth between number 1 and number 2. So we see the obstacle as the Two of Swords and the King of Pentacles. What is our helper? What energies are here to help? Lots of helper energy. We have the Page of Pentacles. The Seven of Cups. So lots of potential here. And the Hermit. What a great helper. That's really, you know, I really get that Hermit vibe from this quote. I've been in that energy. It's really within and not so chatty and outward. Very inward lately since this moon. I think we've all been experiencing a lot of growth that came in with this Scorpio full moon. What action can we take? What action can we take? What action. Sun. I'm really getting that as like an outcome as well. Nope, they're telling me that's an action card. They want that in the action. We're running out of space. Okay, I'm just going to move these up. And what's our outcome? We follow the advice given. What's the outcome? Wonderful. The Nine of Pentacles. And this is so, you know, amazing because, you know, she is abundant. She's in her power. She's in nature. She's, you know, holding this falcon here, and she's just completely the epitome of, you know, this goddess energy, this free spirit, this, you know, magical creature that is reading books and, you know, tending to the flowers, and she's got her garden, and she's out in nature, and she couldn't be happier. She's free and happy. She's, you know, abundant. She's like the epitome of abundance. She's, you know, has plenty to share. Beautiful, beautiful energy that you're building. This is what you're building. This is what you're tapping into. Beautiful. So give me a second to tap into the energy. Okay, so in the past, something had to give. Something had to go. You know, I'm feeling that this was brought up by this scorpionic energy. You know, this is either a belief system, a way of doing things. You know, more than likely, you know, there could have been information that was brought forward in a financial endeavor, in a romantic relationship, because we can see here that this energy from the past has brought you to a moment now where you're needing to make a choice. Okay? Which is represented here, you know, with the Lovers. Now, the Lovers, you know, if this was a romance reading, then, you know, it would symbolize one thing or another thing, but, you know, this is just purely energy. I'm just reading the energy as it pertains to you from a cord and tether. So if we're looking at this from an archetypal energy, okay, from an energetic perspective, the Lovers denotes a need to balance out the head and the heart. We can see the divine feminine represented, you know, with the unified feminine and the unified masculine here, reaching out her hand, asking for the head and the heart to be unified in the higher dimensional realms in the alternative space. So classically, from an archetypal energy standpoint, this typically denotes a choice and a head over heart decision or a heart over head decision. We are in two minds and we need to bring that into balance. Okay? We need to bring that into balance. And as far as the energy that's hidden to us, we see the Eight of Wands. Okay? Now, this, you know, some people read intuitively as communication, but from an energetic archetypal perspective, this typically indicates this is an action card. You can see these wands are taking action, and they are moving in this spread towards a choice. Again, a choice on either side. So, on one side of this, we have someone that feels trapped and doesn't see a way out. They are stuck in their mental energy and they're stuck in the past. Okay? And these two swords are being held over her heart. And these swords signifying, you know, mental energy are pointing in both directions. And this may have to do with finances. We may be feeling that we don't have the financial acumen to make the choice that we want to make. Or maybe rationally we feel that we should be making one choice, and in our heart we feel that we need to be making another one. But we are unable to move into this energy of, I mean, these wands all have new growth on them. They are creative ideas, endeavors, and it's moving forward. It's being able to move forward in this. It's being able to move towards abundance in the material realm. Okay? But what's in between, standing in between, taking this action is a choice, is a paradigm, thought form, construct, belief, paradigm, something that we've been asked to let go of. We cannot move forward into this energy of abundance until we are willing to make a choice from a unified head and heart into the abundance. We have to let go of this fear. I'm hearing fear of financial ruin or not enoughness, not having enough. For some of you, this I'm hearing clearly has to do with codependence. You know, we're being asked to move out of our codependence and into independence. And the reality of the situation is this is just a fear. This is just past programming that we need to be willing to let go of, because the reality of the situation, the energies that have availed themselves, that are here to help, is the Page of Pentacles. Now, from an archetypal perspective, the Page of Pentacles talks about money, albeit in small quantities, is available and coming to you. So in order to move from this page to this king, we have to be willing to let go of the past. Take action towards our creative endeavors. And make a choice from a unified heart and mind. Now, I can see with this helper energy that you have been in the alternative space. You have been up there. And there's so many different ideas that are coming to you. You don't know which one to choose. So your energy has been scattered. Okay? Your energy's been scattered. Because what's being asked is that you go within, you tap back into your own energy. You tap back into nature. I think some of you watching this are highly sensitive. You may have had a lot of other people's energy coming at you. You may have people telling you that you don't have the finances. You're just daydreaming. You know, who do you think you are? And this may have forced your hand. This could have been yourself telling yourself this. You know, this could be childhood subconscious templates running. This fear of financial ruin. This fear of, you know, losing it all. Or maybe you've just started, you know, creating your own reality. And you haven't been sure where to place your energies. So you've been stuck in your mental energy. You've been stuck in this idea of the past that you can't have it all. And so what's being asked is to ground down, meditate, get into your own energy, spend time in nature, look at things from the perspective of neutrality. On the action you can take, getting into your childlike curiosity, focusing on the future, not the past. Even if, right, this is where you're sitting right now, all your needs are taken care of. Take the pressure off yourself. Choose one thing at a time to focus your energy on and meditate. You know, this is asking you to get into your own energy, to go within, study. And then see it from your slides, from your visions, from a future perspective. You know, this is someone in their childlike wonder and curiosity, in their purity, symbolized by this white horse. The veil has been lifted. And, you know, there's all of this abundance and everything to look forward to in the future. And I can't help, you know, but be drawn back to your quote. Really getting into nature, grounding yourself, getting into your own energy, taking a book and sitting under a tree. Allow yourself to get into this space of a unified heart and mind before you make your decisions. Don't allow these programs from the past to compromise your neutrality. Because ultimately, if you take this advice, this is asking you to move away from emotional turmoil and circumstance. And when you do that, you're moving into this Queen of Pentacle energy. You know, this is someone that is comfortable in themselves. They love themselves. They're standing in their power and authenticity. They have everything they need. They have everything they need. And they're happy. You know, I'm hearing these fears are unfounded. You know, to let go of these voices in your head. Some of you need to call back your own energy. You know, shine your light. Not be swayed and influenced by others. Okay, let's get Oracle. Make a clarification on the choice. Choice and action. Divine Matrix. Okay, and body and soul. You know, I'm really getting from this that some of you have been in the past, okay? In the past, we're struggling with codependence. And, you know, needing to make a choice that maybe for you, you know, involved finances and this belief that there wasn't enough, you weren't enough, you needed something, someone, even a belief system, but that you were still, you know, dreaming up these ideas in the alternative space. You were willing to take a chance enough to visualize them. But still needing to take action, to, you know, get into your own energy. Stop listening to these voices, either, you know, from your past programming or from other people. And make a choice on a creative endeavor and take action on that. And you'll begin to see some independence in the form of, you know, some financial abundance here. But in order to do that, you need to take care of you. You may have been overgiving. Get into nature. Look at what you do have. Because you can see it there in the alternative space. The dream that you're moving towards. But in order to do that, you need to move away from this tumultuous situation and put your energy into the future. You need to focus on loving yourself, taking care of you, your body and your soul, filling up your own cup before you fill up another's. And once you do that, once you get into your own energy, once you are willing to believe in an abundant future and move away from this over-giving, from this filling up everyone else's cup first, you're going to step into your independence. You're going to step into your abundance. And I think the key to that is through this. What do you really need to be happy? You don't need all of this right now. It's there. It's there for you. But you got to be this first. You've got to be willing to make the choice and take action from a unified heart and mind and get into your own energy. And I'm really hearing some of you, you know, have channeling potential, channeling ability. Maybe you weren't taken so seriously. But to discount that. See yourself as a beautiful being of light that you are. And that nature really is your abundance, your sounding board. You know? If you're having a bad day, just step outside. Just step outside for 5 minutes. Put your feet on the earth, you know, your bare feet. Watch nature for a bit. Okay, let's get you a light worker card here. What action, what advice, what action can we take? Yes, break the chain. Yeah, some of you are really working on breaking this ancestral karma, this ancestral, you know, chain of dysfunction and patterns. You are letting go of these old belief systems. And you know it's time to break these cycles. And that's what you were called here to do. You know, I really see, you know, these are all of the women that came before her, and you know, it's just passed on and coded in the DNA, and here she is once and for all breaking these cycles, breaking these chains. And she's moving from a space of dysfunction and codependence into her own power. And this doesn't necessarily mean this is only for, you know, female. We all have divine feminine and masculine within us. But that's the choice that you're here to make. Okay, let's get you one more note from the universe. You glow, we beam. In case anyone should ask, your heart isn't so large because of your wings. It's your wings that are so large because of your heart. Sometimes loving so much can be pretty heavy. Thanks for all you've shared, the universe. P.S. It's just another one of those nutty body algorithm things. Yes. You know, and as empaths, as highly sensitive beings, you know, it says it's one of those nutty body algorithm things, and that's also something that's passed down in our lineage. We can tend to overgive. And it's stepping into our own power. It's getting into our own energy. It's knowing that there is enough. We are enough. And we don't need to hold on to these programs anymore. We can let that go. You glow, we beam. This is a frequency of you. This is a frequency you're building. And what a beautiful, gorgeous energy it is. I'm sending you all big, 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 big love. Bye. Hello, frequency number 3. If you chose this quote, you have to believe in yourself. That's the secret. You have to believe in yourself. That's the secret. By Charlie Chaplin. This is your reading. So if you listen to the last channeled message that was brought forth by my team, you understand that right now the work that we're doing in this new 4th dimensional template is building a frequency. We're beginning to see ourselves as energetic beings. And we are coming into the awareness that we are carrying our dominant resonant frequency with us wherever we go, and that is dictating the reality in which we're experiencing, in which our consciousness is in any given now moment. And now that we've entered into this new 4th dimensional template, we're really working on building a frequency. So, you know, immediately you might take away from this, you have to believe in yourself. That's the secret. It really is the secret to manifesting our heart's desire. We have to believe it and we have to feel it before we can bring it into the physical realm. And so if you chose this frequency, that is the work that you're doing right now. I already did the invocation and it's listed in the description box below. So if you'd like to go through that and just read that to yourself and really imagine for anyone viewing these messages that we all would experience a healing, a transmutation, or alchemization of any lower vibrational cords and tethers that helps create this healing frequency in which we're all tapping into, okay, and in which we can all benefit through the unification of our hearts and minds into this space. And I'm using the 7-card spread that I've used in, I think, 1 or 2 of the previous Quantum Tarot readings. I think it lends itself really well to energy and frequency, which is what we're tapping into and courting into in these readings. We're going to look at the past, the present, and next, what is hidden, what energy is hidden that we don't necessarily see, the obstacle, the helpers, the energy that's helping us. Again, what we may not consciously be aware of it. It may be under the surface, or it may be coming from higher dimensional realms. And then, what action can we take to reach our potential outcome? We know the outcome is believing in ourselves. That's the frequency we're building. And I went ahead and pulled an energy tether to get some more clarification on what we're exactly courting into. And it's a perfect mate to this quote, which is acceptance. So acceptance and believing in ourselves is the outcome. Now we're just going to get some further guidance on how we can go about doing that. I've already cleared the space, just re-clearing the decks. Just want to take a moment to focus in. Call on your team to bring forth the messages that are most needed for you to hear right now. Okay, Spirit, so what is the past energy that frequency number 3 has been in? What is the past energy? Okay, we've got the Fool. The present energy. It's a present energy that frequency number 3 is in. It's a present energy. Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune. I'm going to draw this as well. I'm being guided. And the Hangman. What energy is hidden? What don't they see? What energy is hidden for frequency number 3? The Knight of Cups. What is the obstacle? What obstacle are they overcoming energetically right now? What obstacle? Okay, this is this is what happened in the last reading as well, although I've shuffled the deck very thoroughly and cleansed it. We see some very similar energy frequency. The readings have been quite different, but our hidden energy and our obstacle energy has kind of carried over. And these 2 cards were in the previous reading. One as an outcome and one as an action. And now we see them as our obstacles. So if any of the other quotes, you know, you were trying to choose between 2 and 3, there may be some messages in there for you as well. But the obstacle is the Queen of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups. What is our helper energy? What energies, frequencies are here to help us? Okay, I normally don't take groupings, but they're telling me to. So we've got the Magician, the King of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, what action can we take? Ten of Cups. Okay, they're telling me that's an action / outcome. Is there any other outcome card? Is there any other outcome? Beautiful. Ace of Wands. Okay. Just give me a second to tap into the energy. Okay, so what I'm feeling right off the bat is that this group has been doing some deep, deep work. Really working on yourselves and raising your dominant resonant frequency. There's so many new beginnings that are showing up here in this energy. You have these, you know, this energy with the Fool and the Wheel of Fortune and the Hangman. We see it even in the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Cups, and most certainly in the Ace of Wands. Also, what I see here is that this is a major, a majorly important time in your life right now. There are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana showing up here. So, huge, you know, archetypal energy, major, you know, life transitions. You know, you are on the threshold of something amazing. And it really is shining through here in this spread. So if we start at the past and the present energy, we can see that, you know, the past becoming the present. You started off here in the 0 point energy, in the Fool. You took a leap of faith, okay? You took a leap of faith, and it's brought you in the present to the Wheel of Fortune, which is the heralding of a new cycle. So because you are willing to take this leap, you've now alchemized one cord and tether, and you've tapped into something new, and a new cycle has begun for you. And actually, in the progression of the archetypal energy, the Hangman comes after the Wheel of Fortune. So in the what is hidden energy, or what you may not be aware of, is this Hangman. And, you know, I almost see it as you took this leap of faith, and you jumped off the cliff, and Spirit was there to catch you, you know, and there you are, just kind of hanging out. Now, with this Hangman energy, it's really brought you into a space where you may be a little bit fearful. Okay, I've taken this leap of faith, and now what? Nothing seems to be happening. I'm starting to wonder, you know, if I set out in the right direction. And the answer to that is absolutely. You know, the Hangman is always about turning away from external reality and going within. And, you know, really surrendering to this new paradigm, this new belief system, that it's your belief. It's your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs that create your reality. And I think you're getting to this space of acceptance that you do need to believe in yourself, and that is the secret. And you're learning about that right now. It may feel that you stagnated. You may have set off and you were like, you know, really feeling this, you know, that energy, that electric energy that came through. And you took this leap of faith and you had, you know, full force into it. You did it willingly. And now it's like, bam, I'm just hanging here. What's happened? But that's all for a reason and purpose. Because what's hidden, again, is this brand new offer. You know, this offer that's coming to you. This creative endeavor. This, you know, this amazing new opportunity. And it's under the surface. You may not feel it or see it yet, because you feel like you're just hanging out. But really, you're regrouping. You're getting into your own energy. You're coming into this magician. And in the obstacle, we see the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups. So what you're working on in this Hangman energy, what needs to happen in order for this opportunity to present itself to you. You know, this is very romantic feeling as well, creative, artistic. You know, if this is in pertaining to a romantic relationship, then you know this would signify someone coming to you with their cup of love. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's romantic. We're just tapping into what the energy feels like, the archetypal energy feels like. But what you're struggling with still, and why I think that you're not quite seeing why you're in this Hangman energy, because you said, you know, okay, Spirit, I took this leap of faith. I've started this new cycle. However, you're still struggling to get into your power and your independence. You're still struggling with this ability to believe in yourself. And you're still holding on to something. You've invested a lot of time and energy and emotions, a lot of your cups into something, and it didn't work out in the way that you hoped it to. And it's been a very emotional situation for you. And now is the time to let go. To let go and step into your abundance, into your independence, into your artistic and creative ability, and to step into the belief in yourself, regardless of what's happening in the external reality, regardless of what the mirror is showing us right now. And this is what you're being asked to do. Turn away from external circumstance, belief, paradigm, and get into your energy, get into your internal world, get into the energy of the magician. Through, remember, these are our helper energies, through gaining control and putting your emotions in their place, you're going to be able to harness this energy and bring it down from the alternative space, from the great tapestry, into the material realm. You know, this is known as a card of great luck. You know, sometimes known as a card of financial windfall. Really what the energy is symbolizing here is, as we give, so shall we receive. What goes around comes around. And you see that here in this new cycle. And we're reaching a pinnacle here where, you know, we're moving towards, if you're watching this in the current now, we're moving towards this eclipse energy where we are moving into not just a new cycle, but not just a new chapter, but a brand new book. This is a brand new earth, a brand new template. And you're moving through this energy beautifully. All that's left, really, is to just turn away from the past, from these difficult emotions, these programs that have been running. Release any codependence, even if that codependence is on the external reality looking a certain way. Because this abundance is there for you. You know, sometimes we just need to get out into nature and see the abundance of nature to realize how blessed we truly are. And once you get into this energy of the magician, and you learn to channel these emotions, moving from the 8 to the king, and get them in perspective, transmute this into, you know, something hard and difficult to something that we're grateful for, to see the lesson in. You can then use these emotions to channel in some magic, some abundance. This is a card of, you know, feeling magnanimous. And that is going to translate right into your home life, where you're feeling happy and harmonious. And you can buoy this into your outcome, which is the Ace of Wands, which is this new beginning, this new endeavor, this new creative opportunity that's really being offered to you. I mean, these 3 cards alone are so auspicious. I mean, just beautiful, abundant, harmonious, happy, fertile energy. I mean, you can't get much better than this. And it all starts with accepting where you're at, believing in yourself, turning away from these old thoughts, ideas, beliefs, difficult past circumstance, and getting into the magician, bringing it down. And we can't do any of that without belief in ourselves. What a beautiful, beautiful spread, you guys. You really, really have been working hard on bringing your energies into this new cycle, into this new template. You should be really, really proud of yourself. Okay. In the archetypal energy, it talks about this you know, beautiful new beginning, and knowing that it's going to be difficult, but that you have the wherewithal. Like, it may feel daunting. You may have something so amazing offered to you that you almost can't believe it. And it may feel, you know, daunting, but it is, you know, with this belief in yourself, that you will be able to move into this new cycle and achieve your heart's desire. So let's get an oracle message on any advice on the action we can take. Okay, sorry about that. My phone glitched out. But we've got Awakening Genius and Body and Soul. So what I'm really getting from this is this Awakening Genius is this culmination of this Hangman and this Magician energy. You may have felt stagnant or stuck, but you're not. You're going within and you're tapping into this Awakening Genius energy. And you may not be able to see it on the surface, but there is something wonderful coming your way, and creative and artistic. And it's through this belief in yourself. It's through this belief in your creative and your artistic abilities, and your ability to create, and your ability to manifest. You're awakening the magician within. And it's heralding this brand new, creative, artistic, wonderful, happy, harmonious, abundant endeavor. Now, with this Body and Soul as an action card, this really pertains to overcoming this obstacle. If there is any lingering energies that you're dealing with of codependence and not knowing if you can step into your independence, this card is really saying to take care of yourself first. You know, that you cannot fill up someone else's cup until you've filled up your own. And to really look at that, really make sure that you're balancing yourself out, that you're getting into nature, that you're taking care of yourself, that you are taking the time to meditate and get into your own energy and to visualize an outcome. Beautiful. Okay, let's see if there's any other oracle messages. Any other advice or clarification regarding overcoming the obstacle? No, too many. Just a card, just one card. Any advice or clarification? Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Where are you being called right now? Beautiful. And it's all about getting into your own energy, getting into the meditative state, you know, getting in touch with your feelings, you know, and I really see that here with this King of Cups and this Answer the Call. It's getting into our feelings and getting them in perspective. Because you're really, you know, like I said, there's a lot of major arcana energy here. You're really starting this new cycle. You know, you took this leap of faith and, you know, you're being called to your soul's mission and purpose. And this genius is awakening in you. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's get a note from the universe. Message for frequency number 3. That's a lot, Spirit. Your team's really chatty. That you have options is meaningful. Rock on. Beautiful. If I could make just 2 wishes, I'd wish I could somehow convey to you the profound depths of my gratitude for every moment of your life. I also wish that you could somehow know of your unimaginable importance, just as you now are to the lives of so very many. And of course, I'd wish for even more wishes. Oh, shoot. You are such a good idea, the universe. Beautiful. You know, and I think that really speaks to this card here, you know, of having to move away from something difficult and knowing that it's time to embark on this new journey, you know, this new cycle. You know, it's coming to the understanding that we have to answer the call. We have to answer the call in order to awaken the genius within, in order to tap into this magician. And as difficult as that may feel, there was beauty in it. And it's going to be this experience that assists you in bringing your heart's desire into the physical space of reality, because you have so much harmony and love and happiness and material abundance just on the other side. And all you have to do is believe. I'm sending you all big, 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 big love. Bye. Hello, frequency number 4. If you chose the quote from Lewis Carroll, sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast, this is your pile. This is your reading. So if you guys watched my last channeled energy report, if you haven't, I'd suggest that you go back and do that. But if you have, then you understand that right now, the work that we're doing is building a frequency. We're beginning to step out of these concepts, these paradigms of linear time and consecutive time. And we're coming into the awareness in this new 4th dimensional reality that we are energy and frequency. And our dominant resonant frequency is what dictates the experience we're having in any given now moment. And so we're beginning to step out of these illusions of time, and we're beginning to see ourselves as quantum. And in doing that, we are building a frequency. And the frequency you are building is believing in impossible things. You know, really stepping back from, you know, what's in your, in the mirror of your reality, and understanding that it is your thoughts, ideas, beliefs that's creating your reality. It's your perception of reality that's creating it, not the reality itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of clarification on that. We're going to tap into the cord and tether that correlates with this quote and see what frequency is Number 4, building. What frequency are they building? Wow, this is the second pile that's working on neutrality. Neutrality. So if you were going back and forth, I believe it was frequency number 2. Don't quote me on that. If you were, you know, vacillating between one of the other frequencies, you might want to check out, I believe it's either 1 or number 2, because that group was also working on neutrality. Okay, so I've already done the invocation and created a container around this sacred space. And if you, I always list it in the description if you want to read through that, and just set the intention that this be a healing space that we imagine for ourselves and everyone tapping into these readings, that we can neutralize, heal, and alchemize any lower vibrational tethers and really tap into the highest and best that's being brought forth here today in these readings, in the energies that we're going to be tapping into. So I've done a 7-card spread. I've done that once before, and it really worked out well for tapping into frequency and energy, which is what we're doing here with Quantum Tarot. So we're going to look at what was the past energy and what, you know, how did that bring us to the present? What energies are hidden that we may not see? What is the obstacle that we're facing that we need to transmute and overcome? What are our helpers? What energies are here to help us, or, you know, that's being brought down from a higher dimensional space that we can tap into to assist us in overcoming these obstacles? What action can we take, you know, in order to get there? And then ultimately, what's the outcome? And we know that the outcome is going to be believing in impossible things and getting to a space of neutrality. This is just going to give us some clarification on how exactly do we get there. Okay, I've already cleared and shuffled all the decks. I'm going to give this one more shuffle. They're telling me to. Okay, Spirit, what is the past energy that frequency number 4 has been in? What was the past energy? Past energy. What's the past energy? Okay. Wow, we've seen these threads, you know, just 1 or 2 similar cards moving through all of these readings. And, you know, I think that's indicative of the energetic blueprint of those that are drawn into this frequency. And it's actually pretty cool to see that we're all, you know, kind of stacked in our frequency. And that's what's drawing us here into this sacred space. So the past energy is this beautiful, magnanimous energy of the 6 of Pentacles. And what's the present energy? Okay, Queen of Pentacles. What is hidden? Two of Wands. I didn't show you the Queen here. I'll go through all these cards in detail, but that's our present energy. Beautiful energy to be in. What is the obstacle? What is the obstacle? Telling me to take 2. The Emperor. And the 10 of Cups. What energy is here to help us? That really wants to jump out. Oh, wonderful. New cycle. What action can we take? Seven of Swords. And what is our outcome? Wow, the Lovers. Okay. So give me a second to tap into the energy. Okay, so right away I can see that you've been in some wonderful energy here. From an archetypal perspective, the 6 of Pentacles is, you know, this card of feeling very magnanimous. You may have received some sort of financial windfall, or you may just have been balanced in the physical realm and feeling abundant and feeling like you were in a space of giving. And you know, this card also depicts, you know, what goes around comes around. As we give, so shall we receive. And you really were in this energy. And I can tell that you were feeling magnanimous and abundant because, and you are, because the current energy that you're in is the Queen of Pentacles. And she is all about, you know, fertility and abundance and being in our authenticity and really just like the Queen of Hearth and Home and giving, loving, just very high vibe energy. And you've just been feeling fantastic, very abundant. You know, you see all this new growth here. There's so much potential. You know, just really in your higher chakras, in the heart, in the, you know, the throat, the third eye, and the crown. Just really feeling really high vibe and like anything is possible. But what's hidden under the surface that you may not be aware of is this choice. It's understanding that we've gotten this far, you know, but there's another journey that's calling us forward. And you can see he has the world in his hand, so he's really contemplating his next steps and where he is going to move to vibrationally in the alternative space. He's come this far. He has so much to be grateful for, you know, so much abundance. But there's something more that's being asked to be tapped into. And really in this choice energy. Because what we see as the obstacle is the 10 of Cups and the Emperor. So although you've been very blessed from a material standpoint, and you're feeling very giving and loving and open, there is some part of you that is still distorted in your masculine energy. Maybe placing too much value and importance on the material realm. And that's why you're being called on a soul journey. And this has caused, you know, some sort of disharmony in the balance of the union energy of the balanced masculine and feminine energy, because this card talks about, you know, it's kind of like the ideal of a relationship, a happy home, harmony, or it can also, you know, talk about creativity, artistic ability. It is like the pinnacle of, you know, all of these wishes fulfilled. You can see this happy couple here, and there's children playing, and, you know, they have, everything's fertile, and there's fresh water behind them, and they have this beautiful home, and they're just looking out over it like, wow, look at how abundant and blessed we are. And this is sitting in our obstacle next to the Emperor. And I can tell this because of our outcome being the Lovers, that there has been some sort of distortion in our masculine energy. But what's here to help us is a brand new cycle. We just might not be aware of it yet. We're being called on this soul journey. You know, what they're saying is it's time for us to level up. And the way that we achieve that, the action we can take, is through the Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords in lower vibrational energy is kind of like this deceitful, you know, sneaking away out the back door at night type of energy. But that's not what I'm getting from this, and this card is an action card. What I'm seeing here is this, what's being asked of us, okay, is to be logical. You know, sword symbolizing mental energy, is to be logical and diplomatic. And where this card traditionally may denote subterfuge, what it's actually saying is, if you're dealing with some difficult energies in the home space, in the workspace, in a close relationship, in a family relationship, okay? If you're dealing with pendulum energy, if you're dealing with thought forms, constructs, paradigms, globally even, societally, okay? It's not going to behoove you, you know, to get out there and, you know, proclaim all over social media what you're intending or what your beliefs are. Or it won't behoove you to be deep in your Emperor energy and the distorted masculine and aggressive with your message or with your next steps. What it's asking for is for you to bring your head and your heart into union, and to be subtle, to keep it to yourself. You know, sometimes when I'm channeling information and I'm discerning, you know, what messages to bring forth to the collective and what messages are for my own personal growth, my team in spirit will say to me, this is for you. And sometimes when we're planting seeds, you know, you're just beginning a new cycle. Sometimes when we're planting seeds and we're going through our imaginal acts, or we're trying to level up into a space where we're calling forth these personal relationships that are of a higher caliber, we need to keep that in our inner world and keep that in the alternative space and align to that. We don't need to go out and tell everyone about the seeds that we've planted, because that is the same as digging them up and, you know, taking a look at them. And so the action we can take is to really play it close to the vest and use our discernment, be logical and discerning, let go of the distorted masculine energy where we feel like we need to be aggressive and assertive, and get more into the unified heart and mind. Because with the Lovers, although, you know, we can see here some cards that may talk about personal relationships. This isn't a romantic read. This is an energetic read, an archetypal read. So I'm reading the Lovers from an archetypal energy perspective. Okay, this is all about making a choice from a balanced feminine and masculine space. And we can see the feminine here reaching out her hand to the masculine, asking for the head and the heart to be unified into the alternative space. And through the higher dimensional energies, through tapping into the sun, bringing it down and heralding in a new cycle. And it may seem impossible at times, but that's where we need to hold strong to our faith and come from a space of neutrality. You know, a unified heart and mind, a balanced feminine and masculine energy is really a 0 point energy. It's really a neutral energy. And from that neutral space, we can then make logical, rational decisions from this unified heart and mind and arrive at a space of neutrality. So let's get some oracle cards here and get some further clarification on the action we can take. What advice do you have on the action you can take? A grand symphony. The Royal You. Okay, so what I'm really getting from these cards is needing to use all of the tools in our toolbox and understand that everyone is playing their part. Everyone has their own unique blueprint, their own soul's expression. And as much as we want to wake other people up, they have their own blueprint to live out. They have their own divine timing and synchronicity and their own timetable on which they're going to awaken. And so often with the ones we love the most, we may try to get them to see things our way. And sometimes that comes across as, you know, assertive and domineering. And in order to align to these new magical realities, we need to understand that we're all playing our part. And to not judge where other people are at in their space and place as much as we want to help, unless they're, you know, they're coming to us, you know, directly. We need to allow them to the space to embark on their own journey. And I think this is the spiritual journey that you're being called to right now. You know, I really feel that with this Royal You. It's like you understand your sovereignty. You're starting to get the hang of how this whole, you know, reality thing works. What they're saying is you're beginning to get a grasp on how this game is being played, and you're leveling up. And with that, you know, you're wanting to pull others close to you with you, But you may have been going about that in a way that was a little bit distorted. And I think this new journey that you're embarking on is really one of neutrality and acceptance. It's understanding your divinity and your sovereignty, and understanding that you don't need to influence others. That simply by being you, that is going to bring up and pull up the people around you. And I think this is the journey that your soul is being called to now. You have so much to be grateful for. You have so much abundance. And now it's just getting to this space of neutrality. It's getting to this space of a unified heart and mind in a 0 point. More often than you're not. It's becoming the observer and learning to use discernment. Understanding that everyone is playing their part, and you don't need to proclaim that. You know what's up. What a beautiful, beautiful spread. Let's get any other advice for you as a light worker. Advice. Leap. There you go. You go first. The universe will catch you. So I really think that's what you're being asked to do now. You're being asked to level up, to begin this new cycle, to take this leap of faith, and understand that you're not leaving anyone behind. There is no soul left behind. Everyone's playing their part. And, you know, sometimes we need to be okay if things aren't harmonious around us, because the harmony comes from within. This feeling that you've been carrying with you is because you've been filling up your cup first. You've been taking care of your energy, your vibration, which has left you feeling abundant. And like you do have the energy to give, because you're standing in your sovereignty. You're standing in your royalty. And that's beautiful. But if you're having any guilty feelings like, you know, I'm leaving someone behind, or, you know, things should be working out better, you know, in my home space, you know, or they should be, you know, realigning already in my external reality, and they haven't yet. And so I need to push that agenda. That's not true. All you need to do is leap. Believe in at least 6 impossible things before breakfast. Keep it close to the vest. Be logical. Come from a unified heart and mind. In a space of neutrality, and a new cycle is there waiting for you. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, guys. Okay, let's get you a note from the universe and we'll wrap this up. Lovely, lovely spread. Okay, Spirit, what message do you have? What final message do you have for number 4? Frequency 4. Okay, I'm really feeling called to take 2, which I haven't done, but they're telling me these 2 are pertinent. It's not as if you need anyone. For as long as you wish to keep them in your life, whoever they may be, understanding them as opposed to changing them will wildly improve the chances that they'll wish to keep you in their life. On the other hand, you're pretty much stuck with me. Oh, wow, how I love you, the universe. Exactly. this could not be any more on point. It's exactly what I'm saying. You know, we need to get to this space of neutrality. You know, all you have to do is leap and lead by example. Come from a space of understanding them. Understanding they're playing their part too. Not from a space of wanting to change them. And that's when we get into true neutrality. It's where we stop seeing things as good or bad or right or wrong. You know, we understand that everyone is on their own journey. And if you can do that, if you can let go, you know, we're getting to this space with this full moon eclipse where you can just let go of this desire and this need to try to change those around you and really unify your heart and mind. Man, it's sky's the limit. It's 6 impossible things before breakfast. Okay, and then the last one I have is prepare to be astounded. Send them love, wish them peace, see them happy. Everyone, always, forever, and prepare to be astounded, the universe. P.S. Oh man, and will you ever become a big-time manifester? Yes, exactly. And that's what that's saying with this. Sorry, guys, my phone unexpectedly died. But that is exactly what's being asked of us with this 7 of Swords energy. It's this, you know, idea that, you know, these 6 impossible things before breakfast, when we're in our meditation, we are sending our loved ones that we are having these difficult experiences with, or that we want to, you know, awaken, or that we want to aid and assist them. The best way we can do that is to visualize them happy, them healed, whole. And in this way, we can plant the seeds, you know, we can align to the version of them that's already healed. And we keep that to ourselves. That is the seeds that we're planting, and we don't need to be overt with it. We don't need to be in, you know, the distorted masculine trying to influence the mirror. We understand that, you know, the manifestation of the desired outcome doesn't come from influencing external reality, that it instead, you know, comes from a space of imagining and living in the end. We keep that to ourselves. You know, I do this often in meditation. If there's, you know, a person that I'm having a difficult experience with, I will, or that's struggling, or that, you know, is, you know, having a difficult time, I visualize them in my meditation. I visualize water pouring from my heart into theirs. You know, I see them as happy and laughing and healthy. You can even use reality transurfing techniques with frailing. Another thing that I've done in the past is I keep a gratitude journal, and I create a list of all of the positive attributes about that person. And then I meditate on that, and I run slides of like the happiest moments that we've had together. So I really think that that's what the action that we can take is, you know, coming into the 0 point energy, get into a meditative state first thing in the morning, you know, before we've had our breakfast, and imagine our loved ones as happy and whole. And in the interim, in our, you know, daily lives, if we're having, you know, a tumultuous experience with our family members, our coworkers, on social media, whatever it is, you know, instead of overtly, using our masculine energy. We come from the 0 point energy, and we try to step into their shoes and come into a space of understanding. And, if we do that, sky's the limit for us. It's manifestation of those 6 impossible things before breakfast. So I hope that helps someone out there. I'm sending you all love, light, and blessings, and big, 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 big love. Don't forget to subscribe and share and like and comment and all that jazz. I really could use your support and the exchange of energy. I will be updating everyone soon regarding this eclipse energy, and there's so much going on, and I'm really excited to talk about it. But until then, I am wishing you all, the highest and best in all of the outcomes for this. I think these readings were pretty special and truly amazing. Sending you all big, big love. Bye.
Just wanted to say I love ya. Scully loves ya. Bye.